Hello, I'm Ovi James, and as you probably know, I specialize in transforming leadership and relationships. Today, I've got a question for leaders, and particularly team leaders. I would like you, if you're a leader listening to this video blog, to reflect on and answer truthfully this question. Are you sure you're still a team? My team members and I are finding that remote working and the fear of redundancies and the job insecurities in the market is causing a lot of anxiety for individuals who are already feeling isolated from their team members. The lack of visibility means that more and more people are working really hard to prove to their peers and to their leaders that they're being productive. They're trying to show their worth. And the risk of redundancies, as I mentioned, doesn't help. Teams are broken apart, and the connections that come from being in the same space, the connections that you nurture when you have those team lunches or coffee breaks or those get-togethers that happen after a hard day at work, have been stripped away for many individuals and for many teams. So if you're a leader today, I really want you to think about your team and focus on making sure that you are a team. Here are 3 tips for you. First one, encourage collaboration. Find and offer opportunities for your team members to get together in pairs or in small groups outside of your regular team, bigger team meetings. It's important that people have tasks and projects and work that they do together as a team that makes them feel connected and makes them focus on working towards a common purpose. Number 2, show more appreciation for that collaboration and teamwork, and also celebrate individual successes. We as humans, more than ever, want to be seen, want to be acknowledged. We want to be celebrated for the work we do. And if you're a leader who struggles to do that, if you can't recognize that nothing gets taken away from you when you make other people feel special, then it's a signal that you need to do some self-work too. Ultimately, part of your job as a leader is to make sure that you're appreciating the good work of your people. Thirdly, prioritize building and rebuilding your team. It is so important now that we are together and are connected in our teams. So many people are dealing with challenges in their personal lives that have come about because of lockdown or COVID-19 or whatever 2020 has dished out to anyone this year. And more than ever, it is important that we feel together and supported, and that we support one another. So prioritize building at your team if it's a new team, and if you have had a team that was high performing, that was really together prior to this year, don't take for granted or assume that that's still the case. Many teams have had their connections impacted hugely by virtual working, so you really do need to do a lot more with your teams. A 2020 task force I was coaching recently commented that until our coaching session, our first coaching session, that they actually didn't feel like a team. They had worked virtually all through the year, and they hadn't taken the time to connect as individuals and find out about who the people that made up the team were individually outside of work and their job descriptions. They hadn't checked on the team members' hopes and dreams for their work together. And the focus had just been on them bringing their individual strengths into working together, but not actually creating a high-performing team. So, even if you were connected before, even if you had a high-performing team before, don't assume that you remain one. The relationships within your team make your team high performing or not. And as we know, just like plants, Relationships need nurturing, they need water, they need attention to keep growing stronger and to survive, especially in harsh conditions like the ones that we find ourselves in. So, if you haven't already done so, if you are a leader and you haven't thought about your team as a team that needs attention, that needs to be looked at through a different lens because of what 2020 has been like, that might have different development needs as a result, please prioritize that and make sure that you are constantly working together as a team. And if you need any help doing that, you know where to find me. I'm at obi@obijames.com. Take care and take care of yourself.